Alright, fellow hunters, now it's time to look at the second episode of the day, the Rapture. Wait a minute, there we go, okay. That's good, okay. Dean is sitting on a pier, fishing, in a very peaceful scene. Cassiel appears next to him and says he has something important to tell Dean. Dean realizes he is dreaming. Cassiel warns him that even in his mind someone may be listening, and gives Dean an address at which to meet him. When Dean and Sam arrive at an old factory site, it is obvious a violent fight has occurred, and when they see similar to the ones Anna used in Heaven and Hell to banish Cassiel and Uriel, they discover that the battle was between angels. They find Jimmy Novak there, the man who has been Castiel's vessel. Lighting his first meal in months, Jimmy tells Sam and Dean he knows nothing of what Castiel wanted to tell Dean and has very few memories about being possessed. His only desire is to return to his wife and daughter. In flashback, we see how Jimmy, an observant Christian, was contacted by Castiel. He demonstrated his existence by performing miracles, such as protecting Jimmy while he plunged his hand in boiling water. Jimmy's wife Amelia Novak fears he is mentally unbalanced and pleads with him to seek treatment. He refuses and, standing outside his front door, offers himself to Castiel's service, at which point Castiel possesses him. When his daughter comes out on the porch a moment later and asks, "Daddy?" he replies, "I am not your father," and walks away, now to return for over a year. Back in the prison, Sam is out. Wait, Paige responding to a message. Back in the prison, Sam is out the facts why Jimmy needs to stay with them, regardless of lack of knowledge as a vessel for Castiel. Demons will be after him, and he will only draw them to his family. Despondent, Jimmy seeks out the night. When Sam leaves the motel to consume the last of demon blood he's carrying in a flask. When Sam called Ruby earlier, desperate for more blood, she didn't answer. Sam and Dean go out to find Jimmy, and Anna visits them to warn the demons will indeed be pursuing Jimmy, as he may know the important information Cassiel was going to tell Dean, and also observes that Sam seems different. Jimmy arrives home to a cool welcome from his wife, who hasn't seen him for a year. She lets him stay for a meal with her and their daughter Claire. During the meal, their neighbor Roger stops by and reveals himself as a demon. Dean and Sam turn up to rescue the family, although Sam was unable to use his weakened powers to exorcise any of the demons. Jim accepts that he must separate from his family and goes to talk to them. His wife apologizes for not believing his words about angels and demons, and Jimmy notes she was right about how he acted as everything would have been fine. He tells her he has to go, and she begs him to stay, but he knows he can't. Dean and Sam steal a car for Amelia and Claire to leave in. Shortly after, Jimmy gets called that his family has been captured by demons. Jimmy and the Winchesters travel to where the demons are holding the Novaks. Jimmy pleads with heavens for Castiel not to abandon him, but he and the boys are captured by the demons, one of whom is possessing Amelia. The demon that possessed Amelia shoots Jimmy in the gut and orders the other demons to kill Claire. At the moment, Castiel possesses Claire, who quickly attacks the demons, destroying them. Sam and Dean join in the fight, and Sam takes the opportunity to bite up one of the demons and drink her blood, which is seen by Dean and Castiel, to their horror. He uses the recharged powers to exorcise the demons possessing Amelia. As Jimmy lays dying, Castiel, still possessing Claire, covers him by saying he kept his promise to protect Jimmy's family. Castiel tells Jimmy that Claire is like her father. Something in her blood makes her special, and will use her as his vessel. Jimmy pleads with Castiel to possess him, despite Castiel's warnings that it will be painful and that he will never die or age. Jimmy agrees if it means protecting his child, and Castiel accedes to his wishes and possesses him again. As Castiel leaves, Dean asks him what it was he wanted to tell him, but Castiel rebuffs him after his return from above, saying he doesn't serve man or Dean, only heaven, showing that he has lost his doubts he has from previous episodes. Back on the road, Sam waits for a response from Dean about the revelation of his blood drinking, and Dean seems worried and won't talk about it. Sam gets a call from Bobby saying he needs to see them, unbeknownst to him arranged by Dean. They get to Bobby's place. He plans to show them something in his panic room, but is ruse to trap Sam inside for him to detox as he protests. Yeah, I think that was a good idea. Anyway, so let's take a look at some continuity surrounding this episode. The devout man Castiel mentioned he was possessing Lazarus Rising is revealed to be Jimmy Novak. The thing that Cassio wanted to talk to Dean about will be revealed in Lucifer Rising. And Hamilton was last seen on the head of a pin. Dean and Cassio actually went to see him sucking demon blood in this episode. Jiminovic foreshadows one of the main goals of Season 5 when he answers Cassio's request to possess his vessel by simply saying yes. And now take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. Sam and Dean see the graffiti still in the old factory, and Dean mentions it's probably meant to send the angels back to the cornfield. This is a reference to the Twilight Zone episode, It's a Good Life, in which a little boy can send whatever he wants to a mysterious cornfield. I would also be aware of Sophia dreams where the players, or actually angels, coming from going back into the cornfield. Cassio tells Dean he serves heaven, not humanity, and certainly not Dean. However, ironically, he later displays a greater loyalty to humanity, and Dean in particular, than heaven. And now finally let's take a look at an error from this episode. The demons, even with the head demon, didn't seem aware that Cassio was possessing Claire at the time Amelia's demon ordered her execution, and angels haven't been shown to be able to conceal their presence in vessels, despite the fact that even regular demons have frequently perceived archangels in vessels. Interesting. So I think this is kind of an interesting episode, and I really like the flashbacks showing what Jimmy was like before he was possessed by Castiel. So yeah. So overall, I give the Rapture. I give it. I give it 4 Impalas out of 5. Anyway, hold on just a minute. Stupid thing. Why are you not cooperating with me? Anyway, tune in a bit as we took the final episode of the day, When the Levee Breaks. So, until then, carry on, my wayward sons and daughters.